And behold, a lawyer stood up to put him to the test, saying, Teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? He said to him, What is written in the law? How do you read it? And he answered, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. And he said to him, You have answered correctly. Do this, and you will live. But he, desiring to justify himself, said to Jesus, And who is my neighbor? Jesus replied, A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he fell among robbers who stripped him and beat him, and departed, leaving him half dead. Now by chance a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So likewise a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he journeyed, came to where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion. He went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he set him on his own animal, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. And the next day he took out 2 denarii, and gave them to the innkeeper, saying, Take care of him, and whatever more you spend, I will repay you when I come back. Which of these 3, do you think, proved to be a neighbor to the man who fell among the robbers? He said, The one who showed him mercy. And Jesus said to him, You go, and do likewise. There's so much that's great about this story. The way that Jesus considers his listener to be worthy of a parable. Jesus sees in this person who seems to be a little antagonistic. Jesus sees, you know what, this person's worth it. He gets a parable. The parables being for people who were able to hear them and receive instruction in the kingdom of heaven. Now, sometimes Jesus told some very harsh parables, like the story of the wicked tenants, to some people who were able to hear it and understand it, and who understood that it was about themselves. But in a case like this, I would like to think that this lawyer heard the parable, received instruction, and became a better person because of it. Now, in this story, we have these people reacting in a way that is very easy to react. The priest and the Levite, who see a dangerous situation, quickly walk by. Maybe they said a prayer for the man, but they didn't stop. They didn't put themselves at risk. They thought, too dangerous, I'm going to go on, let somebody take care of it who is better prepared to take care of it. The Samaritan traveler comes along. He could have made that same decision, but no, he decides he's going to be a neighbor. He doesn't wonder if this man is his neighbor, and this is the point of Jesus' parable, that the lawyer is saying, well, who's my neighbor? And in this parable, the hero of the story doesn't wonder that. He doesn't ask that question about this injured man on the road. He decides he is going to be the neighbor. And he takes care of the person. He uses his resources, and he brings in the innkeeper into the care of this person, and he makes it easy on the innkeeper, saying, you do what you need to do, you do the right thing, and I'm going to pay you for it. I'm going to make sure that your expenses are covered. And that's how God is with us and how we should be to others. God makes it easy for us to do the right thing, and we should use what blessings, what resources we have to both take care of people and also to help other people do the right thing. Make it easy for others to be good. And I just love the way that Jesus handles this lawyer who comes to him probably looking for an argument, or at least looking for like a battle of the wits, this 2 teachers of the law. Maybe he's been thinking for a while, what would I talk about with Jesus if I get a chance to talk to him? What kind of question could I put forward to him to see how he would react? Jesus is clearly the winner of any kind of argument here. If there's any kind of a battle of the minds here, it's clear who has a better understanding and who is the better teacher, who is the one who's teaching more with authority. And thankfully, it seems that the lawyer understands what's happening and is humble enough to receive this lesson, because when Jesus asks him at the end, okay, what's the moral of the story? Jesus, knowing that the lawyer has a good enough understanding of the law to understand what Jesus is telling to him, and the lawyer gives the correct answer, that the neighbor is the one who has mercy. And Jesus says, okay, now lawyer, good job, you answered right, now go and do it. And that's how the parables are to us. We get this nice story, but hey, at the end, The point of that story is to teach us something that we ought to be doing. So it's kind of a burden being put on us by this great story that Jesus tells. Thankfully, Jesus' burden is light, and he helps us to carry it like the Samaritan helps the innkeeper do the right thing. That's what Jesus does with us. He's very bountiful and generous towards us, and then he says to us, as he told his disciples, "Freely you have received, now freely give." Well, please let me know what you think about this parable. Leave a comment below, and if you like what I'm doing, please be sure that you're subscribed, click the like button, and I look forward to talking to you again later. Bye for now.